Good day, folks, and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'm going to bring you an old classic that I've just revised a little bit, improved on it over the years. It's the Carrot Nymph. Rube Cross had this fly design many years ago. The body was just called for a rabbit, orange rabbit, and then black rabbit for the thorax. I'm going to swap out some materials and show you my version of that great little pattern. We're going to start with a Tiemco 3761. I'm going to use a size 10 for the demo. You can go to 12s and even down to 14s on that fly. Nice heavy nymph hook. We'll get the job done. I'm going to be using some fluorescent orange thread. I'll be using, for the tail and the hackle, I'm going to be using some, this is the dry fly saddles, as you can see. But on the back, there's going to be a lot of really nice soft hackle at the back, and that's what I'm going to select. I'll just show you one here. This really a lot of hackle that sometimes you wouldn't use. It doesn't belong in a dry fly saddle, but it's all on there. I got my tailing material down the bottom. I've got my collar sized up right there. So there you go with that. I'm going to use some light gold wire. This is kind of a medium-sized wire, fairly heavy. For the ribbing on it. The body originally called for just rabbit, as I mentioned. Here I'm going to go with Antron. This is kind of a bright orange. I like orange, and the rainbows just love eating orange. That's a great color for them. And then on the front, I'm going to just blend that in with some Hairtron dubbing of burnt orange. It's a little bit of a two-tone, if you will. And then on the collar, under collar there, I'm going to use, this is squirrel and black, but it's almost like a very dark brown. And then we'll come in the front with our hackle collar. So we'll get a hook in the vise. And this is I don't know, we always keep saying, here's this, you got to have this fly and this fly, and there's just no end to them. There's thousands of flies. But I'll tell you, these old patterns, just dig back in your old books if you have any, and if you don't, get some, because these old patterns that have been around for many years, there's a reason for them. They've been very successful and still are. We get kind of wound up in a lot of these new materials sometimes. I'm just going to take some of that soft hackle off the back for my tail, tie that on here. Grab my wire for the rib, little piece right there. Now I'm going to want to make sure I cover up the underbody with my thread. I don't want that black showing through. Now I'm going to come in here with the orange, kind of a bright orange Antron. Really nice color. Then I'll have a little pinch of my burnt orange Hairtron. So it's got rabbit and Antron mixed. I'm just going to come on the back with the yellow, or more of a kind of brighter orange. Come up here with my Hairtron. It's got the rabbit in it. To the rear. The body, I put it on pretty robust. I'm thickening this one up a little bit. Okay. Got a little two-tone flavor there. That I'll get my wire and just ties everything down even a little more neatly. It's pretty buggy. You can tie it more slender if you like, but I like it like this. Now what I'm going to do is bring my picker and just get a few of those fibers plucking out of there, because I just love the way that looks in the water. It just adds so much to it. Instead of looking perfect, it traps some air, and it just really helps. Now I'm going to come in with some very light wire here, just some fine silver wire to build my little collar, but I want to keep it really buggy. So the way I do it is tie in a little piece of wire, make sure the end's tied over itself so it don't pull out. Then I'll bring in the squirrel, which is a very buggy nymph dubbing for the thorax. I'll just wind that up in a rope. And if you don't have that kind of a vise, for example, you can use a dubbing loop. Basically what that is. It allows me to get some buggy nature to my, I don't want it all, the fibers trapped down. I want these fibers a little bit longer, poking out here and there. It just looks a lot more natural. Then I'll come in with that other rest of that fiber there, that feather from the back. This is soft, and you can tie that in whatever length you like. I'm going to take the good side forward, catch that on at a 45. I say catching material, you always lay it in instead of perpendicular or it walks away on you. You can just lay it at a 45 and that catches your thread. And you know, it's really easy to tie on materials with the catch method. And I come in here with a nice bright collar. Put finish to the rear. And there you go, the Carrot Nymph. Couple little fibers in there. Clear them out. But what a nice pattern. Could have taken a little less turn, maybe one less turn on that hackle might not have been a bad idea either. But a really good searching pattern. When you have tough days, that what I say, the summer doldrums, you'll want to go with an orange fly. You'll be surprised what happens when those rainbows in the summer, they like orange. I was told that years ago, and I didn't know why, and still don't, but they like to eat it. I know, summer doldrums, this is the fly you want to throw at them. It'll be definitely one that'll produce for you. And if you want to take that, tie that nymph down even a little tighter so it looks a little better, fine, but I like the buggy nature of it. So anyway, here you go with Carrot Nymph. Thanks to Mr. Cross for that pattern from a long time ago, and wish you all the best with it. Thanks for tuning in to Sport Fishing on the Fly, and we'll catch you again real soon.